Welcome to the Fifth Quarter Podcast. We have our special guest today, Mr. Ivan Sanchez and Shan Bupari. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
How you
Thanks for having
doing?
us.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how's everyone?
Good.
Good, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So no one probably knows, but it's late at night. We're taping this late at night. Ivan just got out of work, closed the shop. And Sean, what were you doing before this?
Just put the kids to bed. And,
To bed?
Yeah.
That's like your routine?
Yeah.
Night.
Putting your kids to bed at night, and at times putting players to bed.
Yeah.
In the court?
The Steph Curry move.
Sean, I didn't realize you read so many books.
I know. It's actually my wife's. My wife loves reading books.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't really read either. I just read notebooks.
You just read the front page like LeBron.
Yeah.
The
In
pictures,
every picture,
the
in every
pictures.
picture, he just reads the cover just from the pictures.
Yeah.
Who does that?
LeBron.
If you notice every picture he takes with a book, it's always like near the front page. So he's
Oh
not
my
really reading the
gosh.
book.
Somebody asked him like, "What's your favorite part?" And he was like, "There's too many to say, so I couldn't pick one."
Yeah.
Wow.
He probably just promoting the book.
Yeah.
Probably getting paid or something like that.
Yep.
I had one question for each of you. Maybe we can go with Ivan first and then Shan. Like, how did you first get into basketball, and what keeps you playing today?
I think growing up, I've always been into basketball as early as I can remember. I know like my parents have like VHS tapes at home with me when I was a little kid, maybe like 4 or 5, playing on a little. Like, I know it sounds cheesy and that it's every like kid is story, but I literally I had a little Tykes like basketball court in the living room, and I was like playing and dunking on that when I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, and then it gradually went up to like a little hoop in the house or something, and then eventually I just started walking to the parks and stuff, and then playing. So I've always been playing basketball ever since I was a little kid. So, and then what keeps me playing is just, it's a stress relief. It basically it takes me out of like my normal day, and then it's something that I've always done it. Like I've always like motivated to play and try to get better, and it's really like now when I got older, it's such a stress relief to play basketball at least like 2, sometimes 3 times a week. So that's pretty much my whole thing with basketball in the game itself.
For sure. Did you play high school?
No, I didn't. I played so I played in like junior high, like 7th and 8th grade, and then I didn't want to I was gonna play basketball in high school. I just didn't want to. Like I don't know. I had a thing with my high school where there was so much favoritism, and like no matter how good I thought I was, and I knew I was better than some of those players on the basketball team, I wasn't gonna get any minutes. I already knew, because there was favoritism with the coaches, and if you didn't, and in my school, if you didn't play high school football, you weren't really gonna get much time playing high school basketball, because some of those coaches that were in football were also the same coaches in basketball. So that's why I was like, I already knew. I was just like, oh, it's gonna, I'm no matter how hard I work, I'm always gonna be like, I'm gonna ride the bench, like, and and I was small. I was in high school. I was, I think, like 5'5" or 5'6", like pretty much throughout all my high school. I didn't shoot up to my head until like after high school. So like
Really?
senior year, and then college, I got to how tall I am now. But high school, I was short. That's why like my favorite player growing up was Nick Van Exel. I always wear number 9. That's my guy. Yeah, that's my guy growing up, and that's that's my favorite player even before Kobe. So
so now we know.
Yeah.
Nick the
Yep.
Nick the Quick.
Nick the Quick.
Yeah. And he's a
Yeah.
lefty, so that's he's a lefty like me. So that's like imagine as a kid growing up and seeing someone who like shoots the same hand as you and doing all those moves. Like I wanted to play like him.
Yeah, I liked him in Cincinnati, right? He went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did you grow up Southern California?
Yeah, I grew up here. I grew up so in a town called Pico Rivera, which is like near Downey and area. So grew up there. Grew up playing basketball with mostly Hispanics, which is crazy because they play really physical. Like
Yeah.
growing up, they're like
They
because
do
they'll play
actually.
soccer and then they'll play
Yeah.
and then they'll play basketball. So they're super physical. So and they're quick. So it's like having to keep up with them.
Your last name's
Right.
Sanchez, so you fit right in, right?
It fits in. So, yep, they don't notice. They're like, they're like, how'd you get the last name? Because they just thought it. They never really like you're Asian, but why is your last name Sanchez? And I used to get that all the time.
How about you, Sean?
Mine was a little different because, like, you guys know that I grew up in Philippines, but there was a brief period between grade 1 and grade 3 that my dad sent me to India because he wanted us to
Mhm.
learn the culture of India and to be proud of being
Yeah.
Punjabi. So I was 3 years in a boarding school there. So when I moved back to Philippines, I was grade 6. Oh, from grade 3 to grade 5, I was in India. So when I moved back to grade 6, like it was a culture shock for me because, although I could still speak Tagalog a little bit, but I don't have any friends anymore. And,
Yeah.
like I was in the same school, but, being a foreigner, who's not fluent in Tagalog. And then I see, during lunchtime, kids were playing basketball. So I was like, okay, I asked my dad to get me a ball, and I still remember, in my school bus, I didn't know any NBA teams, and this older kid told me that his favorite player is Kobe, and he did like this. He was like Kobe, and I remember him, and I was like, oh, Kobe. So he's the only player I know now. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Mhm.
be following Kobe then. So I was like introduced to the Lakers and Kobe. And basketball, by necessity, basically. And so it became my way to, having friends because although, I wasn't good at all, but, I started playing with kids and, eventually I wanted to join our intramurals games with basketball, but I wasn't selected. So I was like, okay, now I need to get this seriously. So during summers I started playing with tricycle drivers actually in Philippines. So
Okay.
speaking
Did you
about,
play for money?
money, usually usually it's pop cola, it's for
Oh
pop
yeah.
cola and ice too big. But so I remember from grade 7 when they didn't even select me for basketball in my class. That summer I played with tricycle drivers and they were brutal, like they were physical. And like when I came back to school the next year, that's when I started, I was better than a lot of kids, and eventually I became a player in our high school too.
So you played high school?
Yeah, in Philippines. And then same thing here. When I moved here for 10 years, almost I didn't play basketball until Jello hit me up and he was like, "Hey,
Jello.
I know you used to be a player in Philippines. Like, why don't you come play with us?" So that's how I, got
So
back to
how'd you meet Jello?
So Jello was my neighbor. Actually, his wife was my childhood neighbor.
Mm.
Oh,
And before they were in the Philippines, like me and his wife are like childhood friends. She was like 4, 5, 6 years old. I know her and her cousin. So we grew up in the same area. Like literally, our like in Philippines, your walls are connected, right? That's how our houses were. And like I think in high school, she was his girlfriend and they had a baby. So Jello, Jello needed to move with her. So Jello
oh
moved with
wow.
her, and then
Mm.
that's how I started hanging out with Jello.
You know, it was his birthday Thursday
Yes, we did celebrate it a little bit.
Tuesday,
or Tuesday.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Tuesday.
Yesterday.
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 Yesterday. I had no idea until I saw a picture. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Jello.
Happy birthday,
Yep.
Jella. Yep.
Happy birthday.
What is he, Ivan?
I don't know. Is it
39?
37.
I think he's
37?
88.
36,
30, oh
36,
yeah,
36,
37. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
37,
He
36.
said 37.
Okay.
Wait, Sean, you and Jello the same age, right?
I think
Or
I'm
you're older?
1 year older than him.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Mm.
39 this year.
Mm.
Old
So,
man. So what keeps you playing?
still, it's an outlet like for everybody else, and I think most of my because it's not the same thing as Philippines where your friends, even you guys live far away, you pretty much meet every weekend, actually every day, after work. Here, everybody is
Mm.
super busy with their life, and you have to, for you to have friends, you have to find a common ground, and I think that's how basketball. Most of my friends now are actually, through basketball. So for me,
Yeah.
it's stress relief, it's me time, and if I don't play basketball, I'm gonna be like 400 pounds. So
Yeah,
uh,
same.
yeah,
Yeah. Interesting thought though, Sean. You know, in the Philippines, it's like that, like
yeah,
you're saying. But
mm,
now it's becoming like that with basketball with us because we're part of like uh like some leagues and some pickup games.
yeah,
So we actually see more each other more often, like in the Philippines,
yeah.
right? Like we just hang out like almost every night, every other night.
Yeah,
You know,
because I
Monday
actually
to
have
Sunday.
high school friends, like actually high school friends who lives here, but we only see each other like every 6 months, and they live like in Laguna Hills or
Hmm.
Newport area, and it's not that far, but because everybody's busy, right? It's not like Philippines.
Yeah.
Even they live far
Well,
away, you still find a way to meet each other every week.
well, you guys were younger though, right? So it's not like you guys had families, right? Yet or what? I
Back in
mean,
it.
when we were
Yeah,
younger, I would see all my buddies
I
every
mean
night
that
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
True that.
That too.
Yeah.
now your wives and girlfriends or whatever.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah.
not not as easy.
Yeah, true that. So
That's cool.
the league is coming up where we are assigned our own teams. We got names and such, and a few of us here are captains, right, of our team.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
by default.
what would you say, starting with Ivan, are the strength of your current team right now?
Um, I think I was talking to Ron about this the other day. I think a lot of the strength of our team is we're all pretty lanky. All of us are like between me, Santos, and Nick. We're all kind of around the same height, and we're kind of lanky. So
Hmm.
we can switch like pretty much 1 through 5, I guess. If you want to, I think that would probably be our strengths.
Hmm.
But I I mean it we still I still think we need more time to together
To
because we
gel.
haven't really had all of us together like play and get that chemistry just yet, just because these scrimmages, like at least these scrimmages are I was missing last week, or we have
Hmm.
somebody missing 2 weeks ago, and then and this past week. So the way I see it between the three of us, I think me Santos and Nick would kind of like to do the same things.
Hmm.
So I already feel in my mind like, okay, I might have to adjust adjust my game a little bit to cater
Hmm.
to you know to see what to see
Yeah.
what spots Nick
Which.
likes, to see. So like it's for me, like I'm probably more like, because I did it last season with Coastal Raiders. I had to do a little bit more ball handling and than I was used to in other teams, I was playing in before. So usually I'm like the playing the big man and trying to guard guys like Sean
Hmm.
and other bigs in the post. But like last season with Rain, I had to kind of do some ball handling duties a little bit, especially when John wasn't there. So I would,
Yeah.
so now in my head I'm just like, okay, well, how am I going to be able to adjust my game to
Hmm.
like the personnel of my team this time? So I have two other kind of lanky big guys who like to um, drive and shoot and slash to the basket too, especially Nick. Obviously, like you mentioned, you called him the bus. He's always gonna forever attack the basket. So now I'm like, okay, well, how do I space myself? Now I'm thinking, how do I space myself, like, so that way he has more room to operate, but at the same time, not really totally take myself out of the picture too. Like I want to try to find spots where we can all like excel. So I think a strong point for our team is our leg because obviously we have no, and then we have Mike too. We have Mike Gabriel to, be that head of the snake on defense.
Defense, wasn't he MVP?
Yep, exactly.
Defensive
So
player
that's
of the
why
year.
it's a lot of us. I think that's probably our main strength is our size, but not like not like size meaning like we're gonna kill you inside in the post, but more like defensively we should
The
be able to
switch. Yeah, you guys can
switch 1 through 5 and
switch.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Sean Santos is he's a new player. He used to play in Fontana Rims. He
yeah,
was there
Oh,
Tuesday.
he was this last Tuesday. The
Yesterday,
bulk.
yeah.
He's a little muscular too. Like
He had like a
Yeah.
black shirt on, I
Mhm.
think.
and I
Yeah.
don't remember. Okay, I
It
remember.
would be a challenge too because like some of the players they're completely new, right? Like I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know, Ivan, if you met or if you had played with some of the players before. Like you've probably seen them, but
Yeah.
it's different. It's
Yeah.
different. Like for example, I don't think we ever been in a team, but
No.
we
Yeah.
I seen you play like for a while. So like if
Yeah.
I was in your team, like or Sean's team, like I know like we'd have that chemistry or Ron,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for some of these players, they're like you never seen them even play.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
how would you tackle that like to get that cohesiveness with a short amount of time?
Yeah. And for me, I kind of already like been just asking those new players since I haven't been play, since I haven't like played with them. Like I
Mm.
kind of pick their brain and be like, oh hey, what do you like to do on offense? What spots do you like? Do you like for example, yesterday I was asking Santos like, oh, like like I mentioned before, like between the three of us, me, Nick, and Santos, we kind of like to do the same thing. So that's why I'm asking. I'm gonna ask Santos. I'm gonna ask the rest of my players like what do you feel comfortable? What spots are you comfortable in on the floor? Like like just so I can understand tendencies and then for me I can adjust to those tendencies because I don't want to totally change like who some of my players are, right? I want to be able to like have them play to their strengths and you know
Yeah,
and that way they can enjoy being doing what they do on the court. Like I'm not gonna like ask like someone to do something that they're not totally not comfortable with, right? Like that
true, true. Yeah,
so that's I think that's my approach to it is kind of understanding my players, especially the new players I haven't played with, and just kind of understanding their tendencies and seeing what they asking them what they like, what they would prefer or what they like doing on the court. So that way I
yeah.
can know I can tell them to go to your spot, or I can tell them, hey, spot up on this baseline if that's your jumper, right? Like
Mhm.
it's things like that is just kind of getting basically essentially knowing your own personnel at that point.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, I guess it's just rallying everyone to just kind of
Yeah.
like owning their spots and
Hmm.
also being confident and just
Hmm.
encouraging them to actually play their game. You and Nick can adjust.
Big challenge for all of us, at least especially for these new teams, is the finding the cohesiveness to play defense, to play team defense. Because with a lot of these
Yes.
teams that are put together, like they kind of like, all right, well, am I gonna get help or do I, or am I on an island? So that's probably one of the big challenges, at least for me with this team, is like how are we gonna fare defensively? Like, are we gonna I know we have Mike there, but it's obviously it can't be all on Mike. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a team effort, right? We can't just sick Mike on the best offensive player on the other team, but which we'll probably eventually do, and every team that has Mike will probably do the same. But we can
We do it all
we
the
have to
time.
help them out as well. So yep.
Yeah.
How about you, Sean?
I think the biggest strength of our team is the. It's like we all fit together. Honestly, like
Who's in your team,
so
Sean?
we got Patrick, we got June,
Patrick Warren,
Patrick
one
one.
of the brothers.
Yep, and then we got Patrick Ventura, and then we got June, Kiko, Jeff, JT, and we have Raf. So
Mm.
And Pat Ventura.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we had like few scrimmages that we played together, and I can see like we were able to get open shots every time. Like, of course, we still need to develop the chemistry, like the ball movement, the player movement, that eventually you need to do. But based on how we play, like I'm able to do my playmaking from the high post and the low post. June likes to cut, and drive from the baseline, and JT gets the lobs, or um, I'm not gonna tell you guys all our plays, but no, and I
Always so secretive with
Right.
his offensive schemes. Oh, we lost him. He's going
Uh-oh.
through his script.
Yeah, I know. He really didn't want to give out his secret, so he turned off
I know.
his video.
But he's still there. Hey, Sean, you still there? Technical difficulties. He'll jump back on. So, as far as just being a captain, Ivan, like, what's your role on the team? I know you were saying it's very interchangeable, but like as a captain,
Yeah, as a captain, I'm pretty sure I need to be able to hear my players as well. I need to get I like as I need to get their feedback, but I also got to give them feedback as well. So and the challenge is doing it a way where I don't really yell unless I'm really like irritated. Like
Mhm.
my whole thing is if we're not playing defense, then I'm just like, okay, well, I can tell you to play defense, but you have to do the effort. For example, if Mike's on our team and we're gonna see him give his 110% on defense. We need to match that. I'm gonna tell the team like we're gonna need to match that energy. That we can't have like one head of the snake and then everybody else behind is just like, oh well, he's actually getting past him, or he didn't get that stop, or he didn't he didn't get a ball deflection, and then we're like, oh shoot, then it's our turn. We have to back him up.
so Sean, I was just asking Ivan like what his role was besides being a captain.
for me is making sure that like it's actually falls under being a captain, but as a player too, like you can't be you have to practice what you preach, right? So if I'm asking everybody to be defensively putting effort, I need to put effort. But in terms of my role, based on the way we were playing, I think I'm gonna be able to use Shani Jokic a lot and show my playmaking skills. You know, like because like we have a lot of like actual scorers. June, Patrick, Kiko can score three from Jeff,
And
Raf can score 1-on-1. So but you need to have someone like so who can distribute the ball too. So um, but
Yeah.
they have to make the shots. I'll pass the ball, but
so is that your nickname, the Joker, or the joking?
Sean, Sean,
yeah.
Sean better, Sean better deliver. He put all this expectation this season. You're either gonna be Sean the joke or Sean the Joker.
I love Jokic game, and then because I wasn't in high school, a big guy. I was more of like I was taller, but I used to slash a lot. But once I got bigger, I slowed down, and I just love his game, and I try to mimic. You know,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, who doesn't love his game?
Or you want to be more of
yeah. I
a
mean,
you're
that's
gonna
what I
be
enjoy.
more
Like even in
distributing for
pickups,
your team.
like when I played with Ivan in 3-on-3, and that I I think I really enjoy. I enjoy actually
That's
passing the
right.
ball.
Yeah.
Finding those people, but more than scoring.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I think for me, well, Sean, we talked about like I enjoy playmaking more than scoring. I just get a kick out of like playmaking, getting the team going, like getting great shots instead of good shots. So I feel like I have to be more vocal, I guess, because I think we settle otherwise. And I think if
Yeah.
everyone knows their role, like we haven't had Jacob. I know he's very easy to play with, and then Red's coming back next week, and then we have everyone else. But without Jacob and Red, we were, competing with everyone, and we won a bunch of games too.
Mhm.
So that's very encouraging.
Yeah, I think the challenge with the teams is that, for my own personal observation, just on what's happening, since a lot of the guys also, some of them are like their first time in the league or just coming back in the league. Everyone's excited to just score, right, and to kind of go back in the game and just get their juices out there again and flowing. So everyone's excited, but then they soon find out
Yeah.
that they're not really
Yeah.
in shape as before. So everything's spent on offense, and they can't get back to defense anymore. So that's kind of like what's happening with even some of us, right? So I think it'll be a challenge to just kind of like calm down during the game in the league and just play as a team and just look for each other and to play defense as a unit, is what Ivan was saying, instead of just playing individual.
Yeah, I think emphasis needs to be made on both offense and defense. Like,
Mhm.
you can spend a lot of energy on offense, but then if you're not getting back on defense, then, that's cause problems. So,
Yeah, yeah,
You can see the team with, with the best stamina across their team.
who do you think that team is?
I mean, all the team with the youngest, I think crowd, they would have the most stamina. But at the end,
It depends. Like, look
uh,
at Gozun. His
yeah,
stamina is high.
it actually ends up, who because by the fourth quarter, if your team doesn't have stamina anymore, you know, that's when you started giving up the lead.
Yeah.
Making mistakes. Fatigue, is a big
yeah,
factor.
yeah. I think it comes down to like who's in better shape despite the age. I think we were talking to Rob during our last episode with him. Because I was asking him like whether, because for me, I feel like I don't have the best stamina, but I think I will myself to like
Yep.
really keep running.
Yeah.
But I get tired, I get winded.
Like
They're
Joe.
just out of
Joe is,
shape and
Joe's
they just
stamina
really
is
can't run
he
anymore.
can, run forever.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the
Hmm.
whole point of these
Yeah.
scrimmages. I know some teams, some people just take it as a scrimmage, but there's a reason why you play
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
minutes back to back to back.
It actually helps as well to understand
Yeah.
the style of play your team needs to play in, right? So like our team, we didn't have
Yeah.
Patrick, we only had June, so he's the only one who was running last week. So we're like, okay, we have to play slow. So it's always like, depending on your personnel, the scrimmages helps to create the style of play you want your team to go with.
I
Yeah.
think ultimately at the end of the day, I mean, stamina definitely is a key factor in a lot of these, these scrimmages, these games. But I think a big factor is going to be the basketball. Which team is going to have the most consistent, really like basketball IQ and like
Yeah.
on the team. Like realistically, you can have the most unathletic team play, but if they have high basketball IQ, they know how to use they know how to use it. They know how to you know pick apart teams. And they don't have to rely on their athleticism all the time. They can that they can be tired, but they can slow the game down and still be able to you know pick apart defenses just based off whether they pass the ball well or they like things like that. I think ultimately in a lot of these leagues, and especially I think more so this season than others, since the teams are a lot more balanced. I think who's gonna be good is those teams that have that will be those that will have the highest that have the highest basketball IQ. I think if they can consistently have that, and that's both offense and defense, right? So, if they have a high basketball IQ, they're going to
Yeah,
limit their mistakes. They're not going to get
definitely.
tired as much because they'll know when to use their energy on they'll pick their spots. So it's not like there's guys are going to run all 48 and it's a track meet. There's no Phoenix Suns out there, like old school Phoenix Suns out there, right? Like we're all the same, around the same age group. So
Mm.
we're all gonna eventually pick our spots.
Shout out to, the two, for me, like one of the most underrated, I don't say underrated, but for me that I love playing with is Jake. Uh, Jake's Hurtari. I think his IQ, his knowledge of the game is really good. And also Andrew Hermantera. Yeah, their IQ is off the charts,
Oh yeah.
so
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Andrew's a point guard too, so like
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
I think he likes to play more shooting guard,
yeah.
like uh instead of
Andrew.
a point guard. No, Andrew, because he likes crashing the boards. So I
Yeah.
played with him in I don't know how many teams now, 3, 4 teams. So I think that's what he really enjoys. So that's one reason why I put Pax on his team. because I know
Mm.
Andrew really likes off ball
Mhm.
and being able to crash. If he was the point guard, he wouldn't really be able to do that.
Well, yeah, I think
Yeah,
in basketball, like you would wanna like sometimes shoot the ball more, right? And then
yeah,
it's so much harder when you have the ball and you're the one passing it because that's technically your main job.
yeah.
So with Andrew being with Pax, I get to play with him last night, which was really fun. Oh,
So Ivan, who do you want to shout out? Give anyone a shout out?
Shout out Bing because he's probably one of the most consistent like 50-year-olds that are still playing out there and still playing effectively well. As
Shout out to those old farts.
yeah, keeping the younger guys in check.
he's pretty consistent too with his mid range. How about Ron? How's your team?
I like my team. I mean, it's hard to say with Red and Jacob not being there, but so it's
Mm.
hard to figure out the rotation and kind of like who. It's really the rotation I need to figure out. I think defensively the effort is there. I think Oliver showed up once or twice, but I've played with Oliver, so and he's very intense defensively. But honestly, it's just knowing our roles. I think that's the biggest thing. For me, it's like give up a good shot for a great shot.
Mm.
And if you're open and it's your shot, you take it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to miss. And if you miss, who cares? Like, no one cares. Just
Mm.
get back on defense. And I do it too. I get mad at myself all the time, but that's one thing I'm trying to improve on this season because, it's, I feel like it's, I don't know if it puts pressure on the guys to not mess up, and you kind of don't want that.
Yeah, makes your
Yeah.
teammates like tense.
I don't want anyone to feel like all tense and not afraid to shoot. So I'm trying to be, if, like I said, defense, if you're open and it's your shot, take it. To
Mm.
me, just if you don't force, because that kills me. Don't force up shots. Um, like guys in your face. Like you don't have to shoot. We steal the ball. You don't have to like shoot it and hurry up. You can
Yeah,
like wait. You can slow
yeah.
down and just wait for the guys to come back to get a great shot. So for me, every
Yeah.
possession should be a great shot.
Yes.
I think
And
that's where the basketball IQ comes into play. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Like that basketball IQ is knowing when to slow the game down versus getting a guy that's gonna have the ball like 50-60% of the time and then just jack up a forced shot. So that's
then too, it's like,
yeah,
okay, like everyone is down, on the defensive end, and I see one guy running, and I'm like, give me the ball, let's go, let's push,
yeah,
push,
yeah,
push. And
yeah.
sometimes we're slowing it down. I'm like, what? We're walking it up. It's like trying to take advantage of every little thing you can. Like
Hmm.
with Red, I know he's gonna run, so
Yeah,
you know how it goes. Like
yeah.
don't slow it down when we have the advantage, or don't rush it, and don't rush it
Red's
when
gonna
we
run no
don't have the
matter what. He's
advantage.
he's he's gonna be a one-man fast break even if he gets his own rebound. He's gonna Lamar Odom that ball all the way up the court and take it himself. If you're not running with him, then he's still gonna go. So you're better off running with him and giving him an option to pass to if you run with him because he'll find you. He'll look if you have like your mid range that he's gonna find you on a lot of those, especially when he's driving and he kicks out. So
And then when we don't take advantage of like 2-on-1s, like I
yeah,
remember when me and Tommy were on a fast break, and then I forgot who was guarding us, and Tommy's driving, and I'm just yelling. I'm like, take it, take the shot.
yeah,
Don't pass it. Take it.
yeah,
Just take it.
yep,
And then, he passed it, and then I missed, and then they got the ball, and I'm like, gosh. And I mean,
The-
it's my fault I missed. But in that case, I'd rather have him just shoot it, and then I'd be there to like try to,
yeah,
crash the rebound.
Steph Curry's fault. Like you stop on a 3.3 on one, you missed, they grab the
Yeah.
rebound, and now they're playing 5-on-2 and they score. It's.
Unless if you're hitting, like you hit 1-3, 2-3, fine. Heat check. Yeah.
yeah,
And Nap's like, I feel like he shoots
Yeah.
70% from threes now. Like, I don't know what happened to that guy.
As a
Yeah.
captain, you need to be empowering for them to make good decisions and take shots and. But that's what I preach too. Like you miss the shot, it's okay. Take your shots. As long as if you miss it, don't stand there and like be pissed about like missing the shot. You have to just like quickly go back and come back to defense. Don't worry about the missed shots.
How about you, Kev? Like I know when we played against you the first game, you, Joe, and I mean, there's tons of ball movement with your team.
Yes, and that's I think the beauty of our team because I'm a pass first kind of guy. Joe is the same, Anthony, and a bunch of players in our team kind of like would just look for each other. And for me personally, I would say I'm not really good at play creating. So I like to go off the ball, and if I'm open, I'll shoot it. But I'm also aware of how close I am, like in the court. Sometimes I'll get the ball, obviously, like in a spot that I usually don't shoot, so I won't really shoot it there. And sometimes people
Yeah.
get mad that I don't shoot it there. Actually, like what you said, Ron. Like if I don't feel like I got the shot, I won't shoot it. Like I'll give it to another person to to operate in.
And I really like Ben. Like Ben was a good I think
Ben from our team.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like his game.
Yeah, he knows how to crack the seams and kind of he sits on that. Well, I don't want to
Don't be
give away
Sean.
too much
Don't give away
secrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, he knows how to he knows how to position himself for success.
Kevin called me. What did you call me last night? Heavy? I forgot what you called me.
Yeah, well, I was trying to drive and I was trying to like just push him off, but it's like a wall. Like he's just heavy. Yeah.
I was like, "What did you call me?" I started laughing. Call me heavy? I'm like, I'm working on it.
No, I'm trying to work on my descriptions. We were in Japan one time, and then one of my buddy, he's technically like like bigger. So like they were I was like, oh yeah, like he doesn't fit that watch because he's like fat. He even said it, oh, because I'm fat. And then the sales associate was like, no, not fat, strong. They don't like the negative like words and stuff like that, which I think in basketball teams, like when you have an approach to better your team and to talk to your team, sometimes we are quick to look for the negatives in the game, right? When we could actually showcase or highlight what someone's good at, and we can encourage them, your teammate, and to to do better that way. And sometimes they just need that little encouragement, right? Like what you said, everyone misses, everyone makes mistakes and stuff, but it's the effort that would be really, like that's the thing that matters.
We've been playing the way we're playing for like 20 years already, right? You can't ask anyone to change their game completely at this stage of their, the career basically. So you need to utilize their strengths.
Everyone's pretty much a creature. Everyone's a creature of habit at this point, especially when it comes to basketball. Everyone's gonna know, what everyone likes to do and what spots they like to go to. So at some point, we all know that. So now ourselves have to come up with counters. Like what's gonna be their counter if they know I'm gonna go this way? What's the counters, right? So, like at this point, we all know each other. So like we should start thinking about counters that nobody knows and that I've been secretly working on and to try to test it out in the league. But but it's all which is what makes it fun, especially.
Yeah, I just watched Kevin's videos because he has a lot of moves. So I just watch his moves.
Who, my video?
Yeah. I actually tried one move because everyone knows what I do. So I actually did it on I think Mike and we both laughed because it worked.
Oh, the Hesse? I
It
remember
worked?
that one.
I did a hezzy on him. Yeah. And I was so shocked. And I made the layup, which never really happens.
Well, me and Ron, we've been we're trying to develop our game, work on our game, our individual game, right? I don't know if you saw us. We would play 1-on-1, or like we would play a game of what, 21.
Yeah.
We were playing with Callie one time, but he was schooling us.
Oh yeah.
So what do you guys do like now to keep up? You guys work out? You guys practice?
Me and Joe Florin used to meet up at the 24 Hour in Rancho to go shoot around sometimes before game days. Like
Oh, okay.
we would have like an hour to just get some shots up, and then he usually lifts afterwards, and then I just go home and then have lunch and continue on the rest of my working from home day. So because I use my lunch hours to like go work out in between in between my other job
Hmm.
when I work from home. So I try to utilize that as much as I can if I could.
What I
Yeah.
do is actually so every time I try to do a play, like, and somebody either blocks me or stops me, so I will then find someone, like I go to Mark Gozan a lot every time I see him, or Justin, or even Bing, or like Ivan, and then I'll ask like, okay, what would be my counter? So during my pickup games, I will try to do that one move repeatedly so that I can get used to it. And like recently I developed that Pinoy move, right? The Pinoy step. Yeah, and I've done it like few times in actually in pickup games. So because I was like, okay, I need, now that I'm playing against bigger guys like Jacob, and then there's Pavia, right? And then um there are other few big guys. I was like, okay, now if I'm not the biggest guy, what would be my counter, right? So I started, working on those ones. So I usually ask like advice to, like anybody. It doesn't matter. Like Andrew helps me a lot, um, and then I just try to, use my pickup games and practice those moves.
So you're more of you're a knowledge seeker.
Yeah, even like defensive stands. Like
Yeah.
for example, the other day I saw Mark playing against Jacob. So because I played with Mark a lot on Tuesday, so I was like, okay, if I'm guarding Jacob, what do I need to do, right? And so he was giving me some tips. So and anybody,
Mhm.
everybody has something to share. Everybody's knowledgeable. So you just need to be humble enough to ask.
Yeah, that's good. How about you, Ron? I mean, what are you trying to improve on? Like how do you are you working out? Are you other than obviously we talked about we would play 1-on-1 or 21 just to improve.
Now I try to go to the gym. I renewed my membership, YMCA, so try to do some weights, and then I usually spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour just shooting around, practicing layups, and not really so many of the moves. Just like consistently, just try to make my shot, and then really working on like dribbling. You know that dribble up. I told Ivan, that dribble up program where it
Oh,
just,
the yellow ball?
yeah,
Yeah.
I have it.
Oh, that's cool.
Just track everything.
I feel like for me, if I could really improve my handling, because I don't have to think about turnovers. Because a lot
Yeah.
of my turnovers is because of that. Like I'm going too fast or too slow. I don't know what it is, but I just
Yeah.
need to improve that.
I mean, your shooting improved a lot too, Ron, from 5 years ago. Like, when
Yeah.
I started playing. No, now you
I've
started
always
shooting
had that
more.
shot. Just kidding.
As yeah, yeah. And when you don't shot right, you're out of rhythm.
Yeah.
So even the good shots, sometimes you start missing them because you don't, don't take enough shots. Yeah,
I think you're shooting more threes now though, Ron. That's the thing. I think well you're shooting more threes, but you're also comfortable shooting them. I think before
yeah.
you were all mid range. You were all like free throw line extended. That was where you ate. But I think it's expanding more. I'm noticing it.
I actually shot more threes when I came to California,
Mm.
and then it kind of like switched into mid range, and then now kind of back. I only shoot threes if I'm like,
Yeah.
if the guy is 2 feet, like giving me room, because I don't really
Yeah.
jump. More of a set shot,
It's the one legged set shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
But
deadly.
I'm most
Yeah.
comfortable by the free throw line, obviously
Yeah.
TFQ.
Yep.
But like now, I feel like I don't know, like you know
Yeah.
how to shot. Like I really like to do the playmaking, but at the same time, I think if I'm feeling it, uh, I should probably shoot more. And when
Yeah.
guys, you know what I mean. So as far as the league, I know Ivan's been part of the league for a while now, but this league's kind of different. It's more of like a culture and brotherhood thing. So I was gonna ask you guys, like, what has been your favorite memory so far, like of just playing in? Not so much, just with all of us, the brotherhood thing.
I think honestly, right off the bat, like a lot of the when you say the brotherhood stuff, like it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel forced. Like obviously we've experienced, you know, playing in leagues and things like that where you know,
It's a
like
drag.
you're forced to be with these group of guys and they're trying to, you know, make a brotherhood out of it, but it's if there's no chemistry there, then it's not really gonna work, right? So
Yeah,
I think everything here so far, like with all of us, you know, the this group of us that's all playing together in this league, it's it doesn't feel forced. It just feels natural that everyone is like, you know, we can compete as hard as we can against each other, but you know, when you know after the game, it's all, you know, it's all love, really. It's all love between all of us, really. Like it's obviously, you know, you saw how it is at, you know, how it was at the picnic. Like everyone was just kind of hanging out and like to
yeah,
me it never felt like, oh, I don't want to be here and be with these guys. And you know, it's not, I've never, you know, I've never really like felt like that. It's more like, you know, you know, it's good to see, it's good to see everybody. And even though we play basketball, it's like good to see everybody like outside of basketball too, like in a different setting, right? So
It's different because this league, it's not like a league that I'm
Yeah.
trying to make into a brotherhood. It was already a brotherhood.
right,
With,
exactly.
you
Yep.
know, with Tuesday night pickups, Sunday
Hmm.
games, Thursday
Right.
pickups and games. So it was already a brotherhood. So now we're just creating a league out of it.
Right,
And
right, and that's why, you know, I don't, like I said, I don't really want to. I'll call them out, but that's why I said it doesn't. You know, if it doesn't it doesn't feel forced. But like you said, it was already a brotherhood before we even had the league started, because it started with pickups and things like that. So
I think my fondest memory for this past season is actually the couple of things. The picnic, right? Because like if we've been in different leagues, we who wants to spend their weekend with people that they don't want to hang out with. So the fact that like a lot of people showed up, and everybody had so much fun, they brought their families, it's a testify. You basically we testify how we want to spend time with each other. And even you know we already played 2 hours, everybody's tired, but you still hang out for hour and a half, 2 hours in parking lot, right? It means we don't
yeah.
want to leave each
I was
other,
gonna
right? We
say,
still want to hang out with each
yeah.
other. It's actually those, it's small things, but actually, to for me, it's it actually shows how much there's actually love, in this within like all the players that we have. And I think, Ron, you're doing a good job in screening the people that you're bringing in, because that's really important. You don't want to have someone that that can create chaos or bad blood. So for me, the picnic and the spending time after,
Mm.
actually.
yeah, so that was part of my question too. Like a lot of the new players don't know what, happens, like the vibe in the parking lot after the games. Um, like, is it like trash
Yeah.
talking, bonding, therapy session? And I'm like, it's all of the above. It's like when you grow up, like for me, like high school, or I guess college, you go when you're done with work or whatever you gotta do, you hang out. Like we would hang out at my buddy's garage like every night, and it's kind of like that vibe that I get, which is kind of nice because I really miss that with my old buddies. So it's like everyone knows, like, guys will be done with their games at 10 o'clock, and then at
Yep.
11:15 when we're done, they're out there still, like,
Even some of us end up getting a sick, some of us end up
yep.
getting a sick day next day because they spend too much time in the parking lot. I'm not gonna name who. I know one guy. I did once. So, got home like 2 in the morning. My wife was like, "I don't know what kind of basketball you're playing, but there's no way you guys are still playing until 2 in the morning." So
Yeah, my wife actually would tell me after the game I gotta go home right away, but it never happens most of the time. We gotta do the
no.
post game conference.
Actually,
You
that's a
know.
good
Yeah.
idea. Like, after the game, have, post game interviews and stuff.
Well, that's what it
Well,
is actually. Like the
The parking lot is basically
the
that. Yeah.
um the parking lot.
yeah, we were gonna do some interviews last night, but just it's
Yeah, we
hard when we're
were.
trying to play.
It was so hot too. We're all dripping
Yeah.
sweat. It's a good training though. Good training for the
Yeah.
upcoming league.
Definitely losing some weight. I have a goal of like losing 30 pounds at least. 30, 30 to 40. Yeah.
30
I
more.
used to be 200 and then I got to
Mm.
280 and now I'm at 240. So I want to lose at least 30 and get to
Mm.
210, you know.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, build some muscles.
Yeah, I'm more of like just leaning, Brent. I'm having another kid. I need to be in shape. And see, that's another example of brotherhood, right? I'm gonna give you an
Mm,
example. Like,
Mm.
I'm trying to lose weight, and Joey's actually he and Rob runs every Sunday, and he actually invited me. He was like, "Hey, I know you want to lose weight, so
mm,
Yeah.
why don't you start running with us?" You know, Rob Arenas and Joe Florin.
Rob.
Yeah, yeah, and
Arena.
they
Roberitas
Oh,
and Joe. Yeah. They run every Sunday around
yeah,
Rancho.
and he invited me. It just shows that how much they actually care about me, as a
Yeah.
person, as a friend, to lose weight and be in shape, you know, and
mm,
that's actually because of the basketball
Yeah.
and the
mm,
brotherhood we created in this league.
yeah, yeah.
So we got a bunch of fun rapid fire questions, and I know Kevin has a bunch of questions too. I'll read off one of Kevin's questions that I'm kind of curious to hear. For number one, what's your favorite basketball shoe to hoop in right now, Ivan?
Part right now is the Sabrina twos. I picked up like a whole bunch of other colors, so I've been
Um,
using those. I've been using those lately. So yeah, I think I think it's probably the closest thing to a Kobe. Because even for me now, I don't even want to wear Kobe's anymore. Like it's tough for me to wear them because it's like I don't want to mess them up. So at least
Yeah,
with Sabrina's, I can wear those and tear
and not
those up
care.
and not care. Yeah, exactly.
Kobe
Yeah.
nines.
what
I
are you,
just
Sean?
got this one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, I have
oh,
actually
that's gonna be
three
for this
different
upcoming
colors
league.
now of those Kobe nines, and I started wearing them because of my ankle injuries, and it saved me a couple of times already. And
Yeah.
now I'm used to it, so I really like playing in those.
I have
Mm.
those too, but I feel like the support isn't really there.
Yeah, he's
But
the one actually.
I know
He
Rob
was the
has
one
those too,
who
right? Does Rob still
told me
wear
about
his?
it, and because when I saw them, I was like, it doesn't look comfortable,
Oh, really?
and he
Okay.
was like, no, it's comfortable, and I started wearing
Mm.
them.
okay, top of your head, okay, Ivan, give me your top four dream teammates. Go.
Sorry, say what? Top four what?
Your dream
Dream
teammates.
teammates? Ooh. In the league or just in this league?
Yeah, in the
Yeah, the
league.
people.
In
Yeah,
the
the
league?
people
Okay.
we know.
Um,
Like
I'd
if you
say
can
top
assemble the best team for you, that's gonna take it.
two. Okay. I would put Joe Florin. Because I've obviously played with him for a while. I think we have this sort of chemistry that it just works. For sure him. I mean, I'll pick Mark Gozun. That's because
Mm,
he's a bucket. Like that's number one. And then I'll go with Jacob for some size.
mm,
There you go.
Yeah, just and then
One more.
you know, it's a toss up between you and Mike, like who's because I need a defensive head of the snake. So
Oh,
like
thank
Mike
you.
so
Gabriel.
Mike Gabriel or Ron, like because obviously you remember that team that we played we that tournament team. I really liked that team. That team that we
Which
made it
one?
all the way to the finals and won one of
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
tournaments. It was me, you, Joe, Rob, who else did we have? And then I had one of my other friends join, but that
Jason
team
Ray.
was a yeah that team was a good team too. And like I think we just need another guy that would be a bucket like a Mark Gozun. I think we would have been we would have beat that San Diego team.
Yeah. We were just tired. We played like 7 games.
Yeah,
How about you,
that's how
Sean?
it is. That's how tournaments are, though. But I mean, I think that would be like my dream team at PBA. D&D lineup, D&D dream lineup.
For me, it's Patrick, June, Kiko, and I think
Going,
no, I
he's going
actually had
politically
Mike. You
correct.
know,
Right.
he already named all the like the dream team. The people I enjoy playing the most with is actually Andrew, Jake, Mike, um, and actually June. Yeah,
How about you, Kevin?
With me,
Yeah.
I would say Andrew as well, June, my cousin Jay, Robert Garcia.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I was actually what do you call this? Because that's our Monday group
Mm.
before playing with the brothers. But obviously, if
yeah,
I just
one
wanted to
brothers.
win, I'll just have all the brothers in my
Okay.
team.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will say I will give you. I don't really have. I can't. It's not. There's too many for me. Like, I would rather go over like guys once I get on the court with, so easy to play with. It's like Rob, Joe, Ethan. All those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Even Sean, Ivan, you, Kevin.
Mm.
But as far as like the brothers, they're
Yeah.
all so easy to play with. Like as soon as I played with Carlo one game, I was like, oh
Mm.
gosh, it's too easy.
Yeah.
So unselfish and the best player.
I think it's because like a lot of these players we mentioned, like not that like they're good. I mean, obviously they're good, but
Smart
it's
people.
they know how to play like the game. Like they
Yeah.
yeah, they're like
Yeah,
high IQ guys, and they just make the game so much like flowy and easier.
yeah.
It's none of that like individual like one on one and like
No.
you know.
Well, there's other guys too. Like for me, Joey, easy because maybe because I play with him for so many times. Like to me, he's so easy to play with.
Oh yeah,
Uh, who was? Oh, Jeff Dela Cruz. It's our first.
Mm.
We've played pickup before, but I mean, so easy to play with him. Uh, there's just a lot of guys. Like
yeah.
even like
There's
you said, Jake. He's easy to
yeah
play with.
Jake. Yeah, I like playing
John
with Jake too.
John Fontanilla, the new
Yeah,
guy.
Mhm.
He plays Sundays too now. Very easy to play with. Like I wish. I think I wish we were on the
yeah.
same
I like
team
actually
maybe
playing
next
with John
season.
too.
Yeah,
I
Easier.
mean, he was my opponent, even in
yeah.
pickup, but I like his game.
But everyone likes their team. This upcoming team, right? When we were
Oh
talking.
yeah.
Well, the team that will be winning will definitely feel its balance, and the teams that are losing will probably feel they're not. But overall, I think, I really think that every team has like 3, 4 good players, and then I know and people who can complement them. So it is actually as balanced as it can be.
Yeah. Well, Sean, out of all the teams, before we go to Ivan, like, what do you think? What team is the most threat?
Jamie, yeah, I already told him because they have all
Oh,
the pieces.
Jamie.
That's why John fits perfectly with them. He doesn't need to like score because he just do those all the dirty work, and then they have Kale, and then they have Mark, and then all right, if they're tired, then you can pass to Nap and Jake for open threes. So
Yeah,
Jamie too. Yeah.
Jamie too.
So
Jamie was hitting some buckets last night. And I think they're downplaying it too. They're kind of thinking that, oh yeah, everyone's kind of like thinking we're pretty strong, but we're not.
Mark didn't even play the last game. Like he was like, okay, you guys play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
what do
was.
you think could be their weakness, Ivan?
For Gozun's team.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, if the
Or
others, if the others don't make shots,
Hmm.
because Gozun is gonna draw all the attention, right? And then he's gonna find the open guy. If those guys aren't hitting their shots, that's they and I think so far in the scrimmages they have been, but
Hmm.
I think it's gonna be different in the league. Like
Hmm.
those shots, those open shots get much bigger in when the league starts. So if we know Nap can shoot at a consistent rate. But it's the others who are gonna get more shots up.
Hmm.
Just based off the activity and the attention that Gozun is going to get. And also Kale too. Kale's going to draw
Yeah.
so much attention. And it's the others that are going to make that team an unstoppable team. If they hit their open shots at a consistent rate, that team is going to be is going to be a problem.
Do you just let Mark and Cal beat you, or do you try to stop them and let the other players try to beat you?
I mean, it's kind of pick your poison, right? And because we know Mark can go off for like 40, 50 points a game if he wants to. But if you can match that firepower with 2 or 3 of your own players scoring, then what wins out, right? Is it one player scoring 40 and he's gassed, and he's not going to get gassed, but he's doing everything, and all the other teammates are
In
not
rhythm.
involved, and they're not going to be, they're not they're not going to be like in the flow and the rhythm of the game, right? Versus you got your other team scoring easier, and what happens is when those guys are in rhythm on offense, sometimes that may carry over on the defensive side too, because they're like they don't feel as engaged, because it's like I don't want to play hard defense if I'm not even going to touch the ball. Like it could
Yeah.
sometimes there's people that think like that, right? So
Yeah.
so it's tough. So it's really a matter of how can you keep up with them consistently scoring wise, right? So if it's if the math adds up, where it's, well, you got 3 people scoring 20 points on the other team versus one guy scoring 40, then obviously your 3 people is gonna win out that matchup, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I say the others are gonna really if the others can hit consistently hit their shots consistently, I think that team is going to be a real problem.
Putting a lot of pressure on these guys.
I
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
I hope they hear this.
I'm not gonna tell my defensive strategy. I already have something in my mind that hopefully it will work. I'm not gonna disclose it.
But he's not
No,
gonna
I'm gonna
disclose
disclose
it.
it to you guys
He's
once we're off
top
camera.
secret, Sean. This guy.
But
yeah. But I think along with Gozun's team obviously being a very strong team, Kevin, I think your team is actually going to be really good too, because I don't know if you remember last time Pavia and Joe Florin played together, they won a championship. They
Mambas. They were
beat my team
Mambas.
in the championship. So that was the team that was put together by Ram. That he made this super team with all bigs and just Joe. But that team, that team pretty much, they had size. So those two have chemistry already. So
I think our team is actually really strong. It's just a matter of, I think all the teams are pretty balanced. Usually the challenge would be just like on who figures it out together. Like like how they would kind of like develop that system and play that cohesive basketball.
Right.
Yeah, I look at the teams again, and it's like, man, everyone has their own strengths. Everyone has their own style. It's like all different.
Yep.
Yeah. Ron picked to be in the team of the 2 proven duos from season 1.
Their team is really good. They have the
Andrew,
I forgot his
I
name.
like their team.
They have Donald. Donald is really good. VJ. They got Andrew, Pax.
Yeah.
They got some shooters too.
Yeah, they
Mark.
That's a crappy team.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, they have
and Abe. He's like the lunch pail blue guy.
And you know what's an undercover there is that guy that what's his name? Was it Art or
Abe?
No, he's the one with a bunch of beers.
Are you talking about the Bulls?
The one that brings the beers in his Tesla.
Butch?
Oh, Butch?
Oh, Carl.
Oh, Carl. Yeah, Carl. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can
What do you
shoot
call
three.
this?
He
He
I
can
don't know.
shoot.
I don't know. He
Yeah.
can shoot threes like that.
no, he can shoot.
Yeah.
He can shoot.
He's also OG, right? Like he supposedly he played
Yeah.
in Pac Rim. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
He's
he was kind of
54, I
saying
think, or
last night.
53.
So yeah, he looked like he knew how to play. And he looks in
Yeah.
shape, you
Well, I
know.
think
So
last time I played with him was 10 years ago. He's a
Mhm.
original part of the Tuesday night group.
God,
Mm,
So
okay,
that's why he kind of like got it right away.
mm, mm.
yeah. So
And
yeah, that seems
he was a good replacement
yeah.
for the
Oh,
player
he's
they
one
had.
of the replacement for one of the players, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
let's see. We don't have anything else. I know, like as far as like pregame meal. Do you guys fast? Do you guys eat?
I eat
What
dinner
do
at
you guys do before you?
If I eat, I try to eat something lighter than I would normally eat. I mean, if in my 20s, I would just eat whatever, but that's, I can't do that now.
Yeah.
um, but but yeah, it's honestly, I've been going to Subway and getting a sandwich like maybe
Don't tell Mike.
like 2 hours. I know I can't tell Mike. Well, Mike's sandwiches are for parties, not not to not pregame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try not to eat after 5. So, I'll have a good meal at 5, and then
Mm,
I'll try not to eat anymore because for me it's important to stay light. And I know I have a tendency to eat more than I should if I,
yeah,
eat like 6, 7 p.m. So I try to 5 by 5 between 5 and 6 I'll be done so
yeah,
that I have like a couple of hours to burn it before I, start playing.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I usually drink what is it? It's like an electrolyte drink,
Oh
like a
yeah, me too.
powder. Like I'll drink that before like on the drive over, just to because we know how hot the gym is. So it's like like I'll have my water and Gatorade, but then I make sure to drink like an electrolyte drink before the game, just to get that extra hydration.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much, yeah. As far as pregame, I don't really have like a pregame like routine. I try to like I've been doing a lot of stretching and like yoga, and because I have I told you this, right? I have a gym a gym membership to Hotworks. So sometimes I would try to do that because they'll have this stretch class where it's basically you're in the sauna, so it's eventually warming up but also stretching, and then from there I would go straight to the game at times. Like it would be like a 7:30 class, and sometimes and it would end like at 8:15,
Yeah,
and then I'd go straight to the game. So
I used to
sometimes
do
I would
that.
do that. I would do that before a couple times.
Yeah, I used to do that when I lived in Idaho. Kevin, you're
Yeah.
so close, bro.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. And,
I'm trying to read off the stuff. That's why the script.
oh, I see. So I asked Sandy, who's top 5 NBA all-time greatest player? Who's yours, Ivan?
Top five. It's funny because my coworker just asked me the same question, so it's so funny to ask. But I think I would my top five starting lineup would probably be Shaq, Duncan, um, obviously Jordan and Kobe, and then I'll probably go Oscar Robertson, like just
Okay.
to just go old school, just because you know, he'd put stats up.
You, Sean.
Mine would be Shaq, KD, uh, LeBron, Kobe, and MJ.
Yeah.
Kevin, you got anything else for these guys, the captains?
I think that's it. I mean, thank
Oh,
you
thank you
for
for inviting us.
being a
Yeah,
guest.
Thank you for jumping on late, guys, because I know I got off work late. So thank you for jumping on late too. So
Oh
Any
yeah, for
any
appreciate
sure.
messages? Anyone you want to shout out or message, or you want people to know about your squad for this
Yeah,
upcoming
maybe
season?
Shan wants to tell a joke.
I'm writing it down. Yeah.
That's for in person. That's for yeah.
You don't want to call out any of your
No,
teammates.
Patrick is
They show up, or hey,
wait. Patrick, we're gonna
in
miss you. He's in
case.
Philippines. He's coming back in October. First week. So he'll be missed. He'll be
Oh,
missing
nice.
few games and
Leaving Friday.
so
Oh shoot! I should have had him bring my
you can say
jerseys.
yeah.
Bring the jerseys.
But he's gonna come in
Oh
October. So
yeah.
yeah. But I want to thank you guys.
Oh,
Ron, that I have that notification on. So
yeah.
every week whenever you upload those your podcasts, that's what I listen to when I drop off my kid. Um, so it's honored to be a guest here, and and you and Kevin are doing a great job, basically.
Yeah, definitely just shout, yeah, for sure. Just shout you guys out. Keep doing the good work and keep pushing the league and obviously this content, and we know it's just gonna get better and better as time goes on.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
Thanks for
right.
coming on, man.
Appreciate it
Yep.
again.
Well,
Thanks
that's it.
thanks for having us, man.
All right. See
All
you
right.
Yeah.
Good
guys.
night.